Hello, welcome to Steve McDonald's Arts and Crafts, and today what I'm going to be doing is doing something a little bit different with my moulds. Now, I love this heart mould and it gives some great effects, and I want to be able to get a little heart in between it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this up with resin, and then I'm going to place this mould on here and let these bottom bits, which aren't at all shiny, sit into some of these areas. I've got my resin mixed up, and now what I'm doing is I'm pouring it into the hearts, but I'm also decanting some off. I'd just like to say a quick thank you to all my members whose names are coming up now, and if you'd like to become a member and benefit from all the perks of the membership, then the join button is at the top, or the link is in the description below. It's a great little community. So now I've decanted some off, what I can do is add some transparent liquids to them. And these liquids are really good. I haven't made them too dark because I want to make sure that when I do put the additional bits in later on, that they can still be seen. Filling these hearts up, I make sure that I don't fill them right to the top, because there will be a little bit of displacement that will happen when you do the next stage. So popping this mould on the top, trying to cover as many of these as possible. But as you can see, there is one where it just doesn't get any coverage at all, but I will put a little heart inside that one. Now when you're doing this, making sure that you've got good contact between the mould that you've just put on the top and the resin underneath, because that way you will get the effect that you're looking for. And if you haven't got that contact, just add a tiny little bit more resin into the mould and then let this cure up completely. Well, this is all cured up nicely now, and when you take that mould off, what you get left with is you get left with some nice little indents here of where the hearts were. Now, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use some silver mica powder on this one and just fill in that heart. I'm not taking them out the moulds as yet because I want them to stay in there when I dome them with the final resin. So I'm just using a makeup brush here to smooth that all out, because the makeup brush is nice and soft. So that's that bit done. And I'm knocking off all the spare, just blowing it off, because I don't want that to be around there. And now the other thing that I'm going to use is the J. Diction UV resin on this. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. So I'm just going to fill that in that heart there and that little bit there. Don't need much. And this is why it's useful to have some UV resin in your resin studio. So that's enough. And then what I'm going to do is just sprinkle a tiny bit of this blue glitter over the top of that. Let that soak in for a moment and then blow off all the excess. And if you've got any little bits that you really don't want to be there, all you need to do is take a little bit of tape and just take off any that you don't want in a particular area. Now I'm just going to cure that up as well so I don't knock that around, and I'm just going to go over that and shine the light through it, both sides, and that'll help keep that glitter all nice and stuck in there. And the next one is I'm going to use some gold leaf on this one. So I want to pop a little bit of gold leaf glue down on it so that'll shine through. So I'll put a bit there. I'll spread that all around wherever I want the gold leaf. So I'm going to do one with gold leaf and one with silver leaf and let that glue dry. And then once it's dry, I can then put the gold and silver leaf on it. And you've got a nice little rim where that mould is sat into the resin. So you can go right up to that little rim. I've put the gold and silver leaf in, as you can see. So gold leaf in here and silver leaf in these ones. And some more mica powder. And what I did put here was I mixed up a little bit of the J. Diction white pigment liquid in with some UV resin and just popped it in there and then just quickly cured it up. All I'm doing is really doming these over, and what that will do is that will protect everything that you've added to this little casting. I just want to say a quick thank you. If you'd like to buy me a coffee, just to say thank you for any of my videos and help support this channel and get your name on my coffee board, the link for that is in the description below. So make sure that you've got no bubbles on this and then let it cure up. Well, these are all cured up nicely now, so it's just a case of demolding them and taking them out. I did have a little bit of an overpour on that one, so I just need to trim that off. And they've come out really, really pretty, I think. I love the silver leaf ones and the gold leaf ones. I mean, silver leaf and gold leaf one is always one of my favourite things. The ones with the mica powder, they didn't come out as prominent as I had hoped, but that is probably because I didn't use a clear resin to make the actual heart with. I used a coloured resin, but you can still actually see it in there a little bit, and I think that is quite subtle. The one with the UV resin, that has come out nice, and they are obviously, because they've been domed on the back, you can wear them either way round, but I actually quite like them that way round. It's really easy to convert these into pendants so that you can hang them up, or you can convert them into things that hang on a tree or as wedding favour little decorations. All you need is a drill. I'm going to be using the great rotary tool that I've got from Tiswell, and I will link these in the description below because they're so cheap. I think they're about $39–40. Really cheap, but they're great and they're so useful and come with lots of different attachments that you can use for polishing your resin, drilling your resin, and all sorts of things. They also come with this flexi shaft as well, which I like to use because I feel it's a little bit more manageable. So all I'm going to do is drill through these where I want them to hang. Now, I like my hearts to hang kind of off-centre, so I don't really want to hang them from the middle. You can, and you can drill down into the heart and then put a little hook in there, but I like them to hang off-centre. So I'm just going to drill through there. And look how wonderful that Tiswell tool just glides through there. And then all I do is I take a micro brush like this and then just clean up the little hole. Now these are all cleaned up, it's fairly easy to do whatever you want to do with them with the holes in. I'm going to put a couple of these little key ring bits in and turn them into key rings. And these ones I'm just going to turn into pendants. And I'm going to be using these push bails that I've got for this. I'm going to be using a fairly plain one and quite a nice filigree one. And all you need to do with these is you pull them apart like that. You get the little posts either side of the holes that you've made. Push them together and then they'll sit on there like that as pendants. And then you've got a nice pendant as well. So nice and simple, easy to do, but gives a really great, I think, effect that is actually difficult to achieve any other way. And they look lovely both sides as well. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help my videos to get out there, and let me know what you think of this technique in the comments below. I really be interested to know what you think. Check out the video that's coming up next, and that's another jewelry advanced techniques that are actually quite simple to do. Everything that I've used today I've listed in the description below. Take care, enjoy your resin, bye.